So good afternoon one and all, my dear respected sirs, ma'ams, friends and to all my healthy competitors in this competition. So today I am here to talk or to give a small speech or small intro about the Independence Day. That is the 75th Independence Day that we are going to celebrate on 15th August, that is day after the tomorrow on the Monday. So first of all, what is or like why we celebrate Independence Day on 15th August is because we got the independence from British East India Company on 15th August 1947, that is around 00.05 am, that is almost 12 am morning. So now I am going to say about the Independence Day. Now coming to Independence Day. Independence Day is a national festival. All the schools and colleges are given holidays and all that we all know from the basic, that is we are from childhood we all know as we are going to schools and colleges. So what is Independence Day is we got freedom, that's alright, but after the freedom also we need to get freedom in many situations like education and all that all I will talk later in my speech. Now coming to the freedom fighters and all, we have got many freedom fighters that all we know, like Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Bhagat Singh and all, Subhash Chandra Bose, and some of the famous lines of them are like Jai Hind was a famous quote given by the Subhash Chandra Bose, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose during our freedom fighting and all, and he also gave another freedom quote, that is tum mujhe khoon do main tumhe azadi dunga. It means if you give me or if you have the dare to give me your blood, I am ready to give you the freedom for your country, for our country and for yourself. And another one was given by the Bhagat Singh, that is Inqilab Zindabad. It means we need to fight for our country. It doesn't matter it is violence, it is non-violence. Now coming to the freedom fighting movements, basically it is divided into two phases. That is, one is the violence, one is the non-violence. The early period of this freedom fighting movement was the violence one, which included like Bhagat Singh, Subhash Chandra Bose and all. They created their own army. They all met and they created a group of army so that they can fight for our country, so that we people can get our independence, we can enjoy and we can live happily without having anyone on us, like anyone ruling us, like the British East India Company and in early period the Mughals and all. So that was the violence period of the freedom fighter time, and later came the Mahatma Gandhi and Jawaharlal Nehru time. That was the non-violence, because Mahatma Gandhi is always believing in this, that we should be non-violent. Anything can be done without any violence and all. Like we can do anything by having shanti and all. So he basically concentrated on non-violence movements like Sal Satyagraha and all. He marched Dandi Yatra and all. He was basically like, he was motivating, he was influencing the people to fight, but not in a violent way, to fight like to attack on the British government offices and all, because he know indirectly it is going to affect our country. It is going to, because Britishers used to collect the taxes from ourselves only. They used to implement a lot of taxes and high percent of taxes on everything. So he knows. So what he told us, we should practice all these movements as non-violence. And this was the influencing method of the Mahatma Gandhi ji. And now coming to the independence, we have got in 1947. But still I think, okay, we have got independence from the British East India Company and the British rule and Mughals and all. But still I think in many aspects we need to still get the independence, like suppose education, equality, gender equality and all. So we need to improve that all. And Independence Day is celebrated by us on 15th August. And every year the flag is hoisted by our Prime Minister. And the reason behind it is, after we got the independence, that is at the night 12 am, approximately 12:05. So that time our Prime Minister was first Prime Minister, as we all know. He was Nehruji, Netaji Nehruji. So he hoisted the flag. From that, it is like a tradition, or we can say it had become a tradition or a habit that every year on the Independence Day, our Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, hoists the flag on the Red Fort, and a army parade is going to happen, in which all military like air, defense and water all shows their capabilities, their powers, and all our like nuclear weapons like BrahMos and all, they display them and show our military power and defense power to our like neighboring countries, or like to our competitors and all, like for example China and Pakistan, as we all know they are our competitors. So we have got the freedom, but now also we remember all the freedom fighters, Mahatma Gandhi and all, but we should also remember our Indian army. Like, okay, they didn't fight at that time, but they are still, like, we are living here, or I am giving the speech here now because of our Indian army, Indian military defense system. So we should Not like I see many people, they are buying flags, they are applying flag tattoos on 15th August just to show they are patriotic. They will keep selfies, Instagram and all. That on that one day it should not be. Okay, you don't buy any flag, it doesn't matter, but you should have that feeling in your heart. I see many people buying flag on 15th August and next day 16th August morning I see those flags in the dustbin. Then what's the use of such independence? Flag has to be respected, not only on Independence Day, not only on Republic Day or any festival and all, like Military Day and all. It means we should respect our flag, our Independence Day, all over the year, 365 days, 24/7. That's what the real Independence Day, and that's what the respect of ours towards the Independence Day should be. So now coming to I am really grateful to all our ancestors, and all our great freedom fighters, Subhash Chandra Bose, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, Nehruji, and all. Because of them, today I am here speaking about my country in such a proud way. Because if they didn't have fought for our country, really we wouldn't have been like this. We would be working in any cloth factory or any textile work, because Britishers never allow us to grow in this way. And so I would like to really thank all to those great freedom fighters who sacrifice their life without thinking about themselves, their families, and all for us, for their future generation, for our future generation. But still, these independence should not be stopped here. We should get more and more, gender equality is there. We should improve that education system of our country. And many other countries, corruption is the biggest issue. Independence we have got, but from whenever we will get the clarity from all this, then only the true independence will come to our country. That means we have to, first of all, we have to remove all this corruption and all. We have to provide at least free education to all, so that then our country will develop and our country will shine. And we need to try to develop all the things in our country. Let us take the example of China. It develops from a small needle to the biggest nuclear weapons in its country. It very rarely depends on other countries, only in few cases. We need to be like that. That's what the real independence means. Independence means we are independent, not depending on anyone, no one is ruling. So if at present, let us take toys. All of you know, we play with toys and all when we are children. 90% of the toys industry in the whole world, I am saying, is dominated by the China. Why China only? It could be India also. We should be independent. For that recent example is BrahMos missile. It was developed by the completely India and Russia. But 90% of work was done by the Indian, that is DRDO and Hindustan Aeronautic Limited. And next are Arjun Mark 1 and Mark 2. These are the indigenous mid-weight fighter tanks for the Indian Army. These were also developed by the India. And now recently we have got the Tejas fighter jets, which is considered the best fighter jet in mid-lightweight section. That is what the real independence means. Independence and independent means, because we are depending on ourselves. So like this we need to continue it. We should be dependent on ourselves. We should never depend on anyone. Because why Britishers came and ruled us? Because we needed them. They came to sell their products. We encouraged them, and they occupied the complete country, and we should never give that chance again to anyone. We should be self-made from now. And recently, MK1, that's going to be one of the best fighter jets of 5.5 generation. That is also showing us how independent we become after the independence. So these are the present examples. What I am saying is that independence, okay, we have got freedom but we should get freedom from dominance of the other countries. In plastic and other things, we depend on China. And mostly army weapons we buy from the Russia. Almost now, we have recently MiG-21, all those crashes, they are all called as suicide fighter jets. But still we use them. We should never use, okay, we can buy. Recently we purchased S-400 missile defense system from the Russia. Okay, we can depend, but most of the cases we need to depend on ourselves. That will be the real dependence, because if we depend on ourselves, everyone will be doing his own work, everyone will have his livelihood. He should not depend on anyone. He will be his own creator, he will be his own godfather, and he will depend on he will take care of the family, and indirectly it will be like we are taking care of our country. So this is what the real independence means. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Evening to one and all. This is Sindhuja Appidi of CAC Rishi. Today I want to speak about Azadi Ka Mahotsav. As a part of Independence Day, this is our 75th Independence Day. So as a part of that, I want to speak few words about India's independence. So friends, what is true independence? True independence is all about one's freedom, liberty, and secularism. India is the most democratic country in the world. It is one of the most secular country. It is not in favor of any of the country. There are many religions in our country. People are living with lot of happiness and wealth. And British has ruled our country for more than 200 years. And it has looted most of our resources, natural resources. Today, even India is fighting about many of the natural resources just for few of the lands of Kashmir border. We are fighting from many years with Pakistan. And so yes, friends, it's not about gender, caste, religion, sex, and whatever it is. One should have their own freedom, liberty and rights. Our own respected Dr. B.R. Ambedkar has given us draft constitution from America. It has many rights. And we just need to utilize all the rights. Instead of wasting our time on stupidity like logos of Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, people, even today's lawyers, policemen are not doing the proper duties. Not actually doing their duties properly. They're just fighting about simple logos like Myntra, Amazon, which is not necessary. One should concentrate about India's development. All of us should work with integrity and have a plan, execute it, and should be role model for all the youth. Even youth is contributing a lot to the society. So friends, today I want to share you something that there are 14 Prime Ministers of India, only 2 of them are women. Recently, Draupadi Murmu has become India's president at present, and other is so friends, instead of fighting about stupid reasons, we should actually concentrate on what is necessary, and we should concentrate on the things that are actually necessary to us, and instead don't concentrate on what is the gender of the person. Each and every individual, whether it is male, female, should equally contribute to India's development. Today, when we are even watching Shark Tanks, there are many Indians who are Shark Tanks India. Such programs helps us to improve the GDP of India. I was just shocked that 16 years old, 12 years old are coming to such programs and talking about India's development. They had new plans, they seriously had new plans, new executional thoughts. But what is the main problem is that today's politicians are so concentrated, they just concentrate so much on making money, taking bribes, but they don't concentrate about development, integrity. Today's youth are working very well. That a 16 years old person came to Shark Tanks and started speaking about anti-harassment, eve-teasing, and he built an app about all these issues, social issues. So all of us have to concentrate on such things. We even have to build we also have to come up with new innovations. We have to get new ideas. Always we just clap for somebody else, not at least clapping. We just feel like, what has he done? It's not a cakewalk for everybody. Every individual has to take an oath that yes, I can and I will. Only then India would be a developed country. Otherwise, no, not at all. It's not impossible. We are not at all utilizing the freedom that we got from British. They just ruled us from past 200 years. ruled for more than 200 years. They looted us. But now we are even making our resources useless. Just concentrate on India's development. This is my request. Thank you.
A very good afternoon to all of you. This is Rishi and I am here to speak a few words on India's independence. First of all, what is independent? Independent means not being dependent on anything. India became independent on 15th August 1947, so we celebrate this day as Independence Day every year. India's independence is written with golden ink in the history of India's history. India's history can be classified into two phases, before independence and after independence. Before independence can again be divided into two parts. Before the British coming to India, and next one is after the British coming to India. Before the British coming to India. Before British coming to India, India was a very prosperous country. It is the richest country in the world. We had many kings and queens. So inevitably India is a very rich country in those times. But after British came to India, they looted us for about 200 years. Breaking that rule, many freedom fighters struggled a lot and brought us independence. Some of them include Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Bhagat Singh, Subhash Chandra Bose. These people need no introduction. Many women fighters also took place in this freedom movement. Some of them are Savitribai Phule. Mother Teresa also helped during independence. Now let us talk about after independence. India has many achievements. We should talk about after independence. First one would be democracy. India is the largest democratic country in the world. We should be proud of its democracy because every year 1.6 billion people come at one place and vote. This is something we should really be proud of. The second one is food sufficiency. Before independence, there was so much of food scarcity in India. But after independence, we led to many movements like Green Revolution, White Revolution, and National Food Security Act in 2013, which substantially led to the food being sufficient for the people in India. Another one is defense. India has the fourth largest army in the world. And the next one is space and technology. India launched many movements or rockets after independence. Some of them are Chandrayaan 2, Mangalyaan, and anti-satellite technology. And the next one would be economic development. India has fifth largest GDP in the whole world. UPI being a grand success is one of the major reasons. At last, I would like to conclude by saying that India will certainly be a developed country over the period of time. And I would like to say a Bhagat Singh's quote, which says, "It is easy to kill individuals, but you cannot kill ideas." There were many great empires which were collapsed, but their ideas survived. Jai Hind and thank you.
ఆడి పాడవోయి విజయ గీతిక పాడవోయి భారతీయుడా ఆడి పాడవోయి విజయ గీతిక పాడవోయి భారతీయుడా నేడే స్వాతంత్ర దినం వీరుల త్యాగఫలం నేడే స్వాతంత్ర దినం వీరుల త్యాగఫలం నేడే నవోదయం నీదే ఆనందం నేడే నవోదయం నీదే ఆగకోయి భారతీయుడా కదిలి సాగవోయి ప్రగతిదారులా ఆగకోయి భారతీయుడా కదిలి సాగవోయి ప్రగతిదారులా ఆగకోయి భారతోయుడా కాంచవోయి నేటిది స్థితి ఎదిరించవోయి ఈ పరిస్థితి కాంచవోయి నేటిది స్థితి స్వార్థమే అనర్థ కారణం అది చంపుకొనుటి క్షేమదాయకం స్వార్థమే అనర్థ కారణం ఆగకోయి భారతీయుడా కదిలి సాగవోయి ప్రగతిదారులా ఆగకోయి భారతీయుడా థ్యాంక్ యూ